Welcome to the midweek episode of the Quiver Podcast. No games today for you guys, but we have a full slate of things we want to discuss and happening around the South sports. Talking about the UP preview for the weekend, talking about the Asia basket, and also talk about the men's volleyball season that's going on right now. So today, join us to do that. I'm Kiko. Today, we're with Brian. Say hi.
Hi everyone.
Hello, and Vic. Vic, sorry, this is not our Arsenal celebration podcast. Let's say it for another time. We'll say that for another time.
Yes,
Tapos
yes,
second,
yes.
we'll do that. Yeah. So hello, say hello, Vic.
Champions! Ayan, happy holidays. Happy holidays,
Happy holidays.
sa inyong lahat.
Kahit first
Happy
leg pa lang.
holidays sa inyong lahat. Oh, happy holidays. Di,
Okay.
Importante nanalo sa home leg. Okay na ako dyan.
We'll see how that second leg goes.
Oo.
Okay, guys. Thank you for listening to the Cover Podcast, for tuning in. Remember to follow and subscribe to the Cover on social media. Listen to our episodes on YouTube and on Spotify, so you can see more content, just like what we're talking about now. First, guys, when we were looking at the schedule, UP not really that big a challenge. We saw it. We knew NU was gonna be a tough test. We knew UST is gonna be tough. We knew FU is gonna be a tough test. Maybe even Adamson. But now UP is slowly creeping up there. They're fifth in the standings. They're outside looking in the Final Four. They beat NU last week in 5 sets, really to end NU's unbeaten run, ending possibly the sweep. And now we have to ask ourselves: is UP a real threat? And we play them next. First to you, Brian. Are you worried about this UP team coming to this weekend's game?
I think there's a good reason to be worried, but we also have to look at how we have been playing. So if I were to approach this game, I'd look at it na it's a good challenge. I would still favor ours kasi pound for pound, I think we have the best personnel, also the best coaching, although familiar si Coach Boke, Coach Ramil. But I would say that hindi pa buo yung team niya eh. Whereas Coach Ramil has already parang may mga gaps tayo sa team, but at the same time nagpo-progress sila together, and that I think we can see. And it would be a good test kasi the first round encounter was a 4-setter. So I'm thinking that this team, let the Lady Spikers know that this UP team is not something to take lightly. Alam din nila na if magpapaya sila, if marami masyado errors nila against the UP team, they can get punished. Pero yun, I'm just looking at how UP might approach this. Kasi alam ko if matalo sila here, I think, and then UST and FU win their games, then that could spell the end of their Final Four campaign. I mean, their push for a Final Four spot. So, must win talaga sa kanila. So, I don't know if kakabahan pa sila or magiging sobrang determined sila. But for us, ang focus is to really just build on the momentum that we've already been establishing.
This UP team has dropped winnable games, Brian, but in the first round, and it comes to mind when they experimented that lineup, and now those losses are coming back to haunt them. Now they're in a do or die situation, like you said. So, Vic, are you worried about UP given the situation? And if they lose, they're out, then they'll give some extra edge going into our game this weekend?
Ako hindi. For as long as we play, parang sa atin mas nakasalalay sa atin than worrying how UP's play. Mas worry ko how we're going to play. So for as long as we play well, I don't think we should worry that much. Ando naman, it's a character naman sa team natin, especially with Coach Ramiel, na laging merong respeto tayo sa kalaban. We don't do those kinds of experiments now. We start the game with the second or third team, di ba? Palagi namang puk laban naman tayo lagi from the get-go. So, for as long as we play it right, I think we should get the win.
Of course, UP has some dangerous players. Nina Yitang, Joan Monares, a few of the rookies stepping up this season for them, giving them an outside chance at the Final Four. Brian, now looking at this game, from the comments we've been looking from the fans after our last weekend's game is saying everyone's excited to see Jill Santos recontribute even further this season, di ba? So, do you think we'll be seeing her more of this game? Or siya yung UE specialist natin? Siya yung UE specialist lang natin. How do you think you'll see it will go?
Let's see. Tingin ko Coach Romel is likely to stick with his guns. But if let's say ma-identify niya agad na Angel or Aliyah or Shavana might be struggling, then I think meron na agad notion na I still have Jill. So, pwede ko siya ipasok. Parang yung substitution rotation niya is she can take up what Baby Jean's spot was. Pwede ganun. Kasi she's coming off a good performance din eh. And maybe it's time to reward her. But at the same time, if that's situational na. So, let's see how the players react din. Kasi syempre, nakita rin ng teammates niya na okay laro ni Jill. So, if I were her teammate, ang magiging response ko rin in personally is I have to improve kasi if I don't deliver, then obviously hindi naman threat yung teammate niya, pero alam mo yun, parang mababawasan playing time ko kasi alam ko na yung mga kakampi ko na hindi masyado nakakalaro capable din sa lab.
Yeah. Aside from Jill, Vic, is there anyone else on this team you're looking to step up at Sunday's game?
Basta lahat. I mean, ano naman it should be hindi naman basically step up, but basta lahat mag-ambag kung ano yung kailangan nilang trabahuin. From Angel to Shavana to Aliyah, kung sino man, kung who's the next hitter, whether it be si Jean or si Jill, and especially the middles natin, si Lilay and si Amy. So, I look for them na makapag deliver to match at least kasi I think si Itang middle ang laro ni Itang. So parang
yes.
We should counter kung ano yung kumbaga we should take her out of the equation. If our middles can take Itang out, so mas maganda yung chance natin to win.
Yeah. I guess, and looking at how, as I was looking at how UP beat NU, diba? How they provide the template for that. One thing is really, aside from Itang carrying the load, it's really an all-around effort from the supporting cast stepped up, and that's how they beat NU. So I guess they'll be using that same, hoping to recreate that same formula to beat a team like LaSalle. So maybe, we know setting's been a question mark. Is Nicole there? Is she ready? If she can diversify our attack, diba? Keep UP guessing, involve everyone, I think they will go a long way into, limiting UP and how they can stop us and getting us a win that a big win against UP. They really secured the top two for us going to Final Four. Yeah.
Yung same with the UE game, what we did, diba? Hindi tayo masyadong predictable. So if we do the same pattern, it will really help us.
I think yung talaga, Vic, yun yung blueprint for us eh. We cannot be reliant on Angel and Shavana going forward. If we want to go far in this season, if we want to beat the likes of FEU, USD,
even NU,
and even NU, the finals, that might be the blueprint for us. Just a slight touch on Brian, NU losing to UP, now dropping another game to
Adamson.
We were joking around last time si Shayna and friends. So I think
natin nakalain.
I think they've earned to be called Adamson Falcons now. Hindi na siya Shayna and friends. Baka makarma pa tayo niyan, di ba? Do you see chinks in the armor of NU, or it's actually more of a dip before they go back to their usual levels?
They will say na wala si Alyssa Solomon in that game, and maybe obviously kita naman.
It's a big piece, of course.
Yeah, she's a big piece. I would even argue na she's a bigger piece than Belen eh. Kasi I mean Belen is a do-it-all player, pero kita rin naman na yung height and yung power ng hits niya is ramdam
at least iba yung presence sa court eh. Solomon,
Exactly.
ramdam mo siya, if you can say it that.
I would say
Pero
that if
although,
wala siya nung second round natin and wala siya nung first round nila nung FEU, talo sila eh. Pwedeng ganun ang nangyari. Because yung
Difference maker
hits
siya
niya
nun.
sa ano siya eh, she shows up yung after nung second technical timeout. Tipong ganun
correct.
eh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you're saying, Vic? Go ahead.
pero sa akin, ang point ko pa rin dyan is, even if wala si Solomon against Adamson, dapat hindi sila natalo doon. That's my take.
They're deep enough, di ba?
So I think there's something that we can take away from that match. Hindi natin alam how healthy will Solomon be after kung kailan man siya makakabalik. So we'll see how NU will perform again.
All right. To wrap up today's women's volleyball section, guys. Prediction for the UP game. First, Brian.
I think we can do it in 3 sets, pero dikit yung mga sets. I really like how they've been finishing their sets lately, and it shows that they have already improved on their shortcomings in the past. I think yung mga nadadrop nating sets to Ateneo, UE, and UP last round, ano siya eh, yung tipong just made the wrong decision or had the wrong outcome. Yung mga attack errors or misreceives. But now, having seen how
Self-inflicted
Exactly.
yung nagyayari yung
which
ano
is
nila.
okay lang naman, like it's calculated risk, but I think now they are sharper because of more playing time with each other. So yeah, I'm confident na dikit pero 3 sets. If madisgrasya man, the 4 sets is there, but 3 for the record, 3 sets ang call ko.
Okay. How about you, Vic?
3 or 4 sets.
4 sets.
The scores in as much as I want to say na merong distance, but it will really depend on how we play it. If we play it right, pwedeng tambak, but if medyo tayo ng konti, medyo alangan ng konti, parang similar sa set scores against UE, but we will still pull off those wins.
Yeah, same thing. Me, same Brian, probably 3 sets, but I think 2 of those will be close sets. I think 2 people will give us a run for the money. They're fighting for their lives. They've got some momentum.
Oh,
so I think that
ano yan sila, correct.
So I think that might to put up a fight against us this weekend. Okay, guys. In terms of predictions, if Achak so serious, sabi niya siguro buti walang ending sa ending sa volleyball. So more often than not,
Kada set yung ending. Kada set.
5. 5 na yung isa eh. So isa na lang hulaan mo more often than not.
Pero pwedeng pag tumabla, pwede mag 8-6, pwede mag 8-6 o 7-5.
Yung men's team natin mahilig dyan. Yung men's team natin mahilig dyan. So
7-5, 8-6, mga ganun. 9-7, 0-8, mga ganun yung tatayaan.
So that's a perfect site to the Green Spikers. So Green Spikers, they seem to be, despite all these long sets, all these these struggle to close out these close sets to opponents, they've been one of the rising teams in the men's division for the second round, right, guys? Brian, we were joking at the start. You were joking about si Shai Natura sa one-man team. On our end, we were joking si Campton kung pwede lang siya mag-receive, set, and spike siya lahat. Gagawin na yon. But I think the story for the Green Spikers, how other players have started stepping up for them in the second round, and that's been leading to the upset win over NU and other big wins in the second round.
Yeah, parang ano sila eh, may paano ko ba i-describe to? May nawalang gaps kasi from Ronquillo and Anima. Sila yung big departures from previous season. So may mga characters na slowly nag-rise to the challenge. So, aside from the veterans, Maglino, Campton, they're always there. And obviously, they would lead the team. I think we saw the likes of Mendoza, Ventura, who else are there. Marami pang yung hindi big yung contributions, pero if you put them together, it does a great job of helping Noel. Kasi alam naman natin si Noel, he will always strive to score as much as possible. Pero kailangan din niya ng equal help na magsama na yung iba dun sa contributions, kasi kung siya lang yung bulk talaga, we can only
si Noel minsan kahit back row siya pa rin naasahan dun sa ng bola
yun din. Sa kanya pa rin ibibigay.
Ayun siya.
It shows, diba? Kasi number 2 siya sa statistical race as far as I see. I think only at Ken Batas is ahead of him. So, ayan, he's giving his all kasi I think this is his final year. So,
make the most out of it.
All out for Lasal. That's what we like to see from Noel Campbell. But obviously, hindi lang dapat siya.
Yeah.
Dapat lahat din ganun. All out for Lasal because it's
kaya
important
all of them. all out. Kailangan. Correct. How about you, Vic? What have you liked from these? I'm not sure if the resurgence is the right word for the Green Spikers, but how do you like their chances to see us on that Final Four and make a run for the championship?
Sa akin is consistency. Kasi we've seen may mga matches talaga na, for example, we beat NU, tas talo sa UST, alam mo yun, parang, ayun, we should, kailangan natin i-clean up yung mga kailangan natin i-clean up para maging consistent throughout dito sa remaining games natin sa elimination round. Kasi it could really help us if we want to go that far. Yun yung kailangan gawin. Yun yung kailangan gawin ng team, ng men's volleyball team. Kailangan talaga maging consistent lang na kasi kung tutusin, if we are doing it right, lahat naman kaya we can be competitive even against FEU na alam naman natin na ahead of the pack, pero hindi naman malayo yung skill level nila compared to us. So yun lang, kailangan lang maging consistent mentally on approaching the matches, and I think we should do fine.
Okay. I guess, guys, not to go to the bigger picture here in the Quiver, while we do focus on basketball and volleyball as the main sports, right? We always like to look at the bigger picture. Following baseball, following all these other sports. So right now we're number 2 in the general championship race.
Yep.
Right. Baseball, volleyball teams are doing okay, on track for Final Four, earning some key GC points. The fencing teams are in a close head-to-head with UP. Then we have the men's and women's 3x3 basketball, who were medalists last year.
Mm-mm.
We need crucial points from them to ensure our general championship standing. Brian, it's not really in the limelight. Usually it's the basketball, right? Title, it's in the spotlight, volleyball. But for LaSalle, who really in the OSC prioritizes the general championship race, diba? How do you see it, the race playing out? And it used to be us going after USC, diba? Who's we can talk about a lot of reasons why it is, but they're really ahead of the general championship race in terms of being competing on so many fronts. But now we're the likes of UP are trying to catch up on us, and we used to be second. Now they're trying to challenge for us. What can you make of the general championship race and how the landscape is now changing, where instead of going for number 1, people are trying to kind of touch up with us at the second slot?
I think we have this constant communication naman sa chats natin na we, as much as we aspire to go toe-to-toe with USD resources-wise, I think we couldn't fight for all the teams. May imbalance which is, we cannot control that kasi diba, basketball, volleyball, they have their different sponsors. And unfortunately, it doesn't spill over across the board. Whereas in UST, I think it's sweeping. I think the coverage of the sponsorship is more balanced, and I think they have mechanisms in place for such. So sa atin, what we should do is to, well, we really have to look at how we can match up with USD. I think they're still the benchmark, and that's what we should aspire to do. But at the same time, similar to what USD is doing, UP is also starting to pool their funds to make sure that their teams across all sports are competitive. Nakikita natin sa athletics, they're there. Swimming, I think they're also
Swimming.
starting to find the ground. And then softball, they've been finishing runners up recently. So those are inroads that they're making. And I think for us to stay in the top two at least, we have to think of UST as the one we're chasing, but we also must make sure that we are ahead of UP. Parang ganun. Kasi kung hahabulin natin yung UST, pero kung kukulangin tayo, tapos yung UP na pala yung mas nakakahabol. I would say that those two programs are good benchmarks. UST as the top benchmark, and UP as someone you strive to be ahead of. But of course, marami rin factors nga like recruitment and budgeting and
Yeah. And I think
it's a
Bryce
big
could say
yeah.
yung population rate of the schools UST, we having big
Yes.
populations.
Yeah, those two
meaning
Precisely.
are well
meaning if we were want to have the same have the same kind of recruits or scholarship, a higher percentage of the student body population will have to be athletic scholars to be competitive, diba? And from a monetary and financial standpoint, it's very hard to make that kind of budgeting work to have that percentage wise of student athletes under athletic scholarships with a student population like ours. Like UST, it's more flexible, bigger population. They can accommodate more students, therefore they can accommodate more student athletes, more scholars within their system, diba? So that alone is tough. It allows them to fight on more fronts. And at the same time, as for schools like NU, Amazon, can't field teams in all sports for that same very reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
very same reason, I mean.
We can say nga na NU and FEU, they're actually doing quite well. It's just that wala sila sa karamihan ng iba pang sports. So,
correct.
FEU, they should be there.
Especially FEU, you can say they're punching above their weight. The events that they do compete in, they tend to do well in those certain sports.
Kaso wala sila.
Ikaw, Vic, you have a good bird's eye view in different sports. You track these different Lasal teams. What do you make a championship race and the landscape that the UAAPGC is?
Yun, same thing. Malaking factor yung For example, si UST, lahat ng courses, lahat ng degrees nila halos nasa Espanya. So, 'di ba, mas madaling mag-source ng players, mas easy to recruit kasi ang dami mong pwedeng i-offer na degree Unlike sa atin, sa Lasal, kalat-kalat. For example, architecture natin nasa Benil. Wala sa main, 'di ba? The other courses nasa, for example, Lasal Araneta. Wala sa atin sa main. So, alam mo 'yun, parang we just have to content with whatever we can offer, unlike kay UST na almost all degrees nila nasa Espanya campus lang lahat. It's really easy to more scholarships, more population, yun yung nila. Tsaka I think yun nga, yung across the board, I'm not sure how they're doing it, na they can really offer more scholarships than us. So I think that's something that we can take a look at, na bakit anong ginagawa ni UST for them to offer that much scholarships compared sa atin. So from there maybe we can compete. Same thing din dito kay UP. UP also, I think ang naiiba lang kay UP is that yung agri courses nila naki-LB. But anything other than that, I think lahat almost nasa Diliman din. So they have more degrees to offer compared sa atin. NU is also the same. NU meron ng dentistry. Imagine mo, meron na silang dentistry. So parang, alam mo yun, I think sooner or later, and with yung trust ni NU na, I mean, i-share ko na to, pero I mean, kada SM that they build, there's always NU campus that comes along with it. So, alam mo yun, sooner or later, I won't see, hindi ako magugulat if NU will also compete for the GC sooner or later. So, alam mo yun, parang, I think we should do some benchmarking to see what what the other schools are doing para maka-compete din tayo. We attract more talent to play for Lasal kasi I think ilang beses na natin to nababanggit sa episodes natin. The era is gone wherein we can say na yung pupunta yan sa Lasal because of Lasal. We're way past that era already, and I think we should kailangan, if we have to take it into a street fight, we should go to a street fight. Kasi if we are really serious winning the GC every season, yun yung kumbaga, we have to do whatever it takes to get that GC.
Yeah, it's tough relieving the OST. Finding it's a balancing act. The OST find the right. It's a very tough job, given the resources that we have, to find the right strategy where we can incur enough GC points. So the OST's done it before. It showed can be done. So it's finding that right balance, the right. Yung tinitimpla mo for to put the right investments, the right resources in order to get enough GC points. There's a strategy to it, right? If you aim for the high medal sports to get enough points, that might be one way to or focus on certain sports, one way to attack it. And you're right, Vic. The landscape is changing. No, remember Vic nung araw, yung mga Adamson, mga NU, yung mga joke natin dyan dati is dalawa lang yung course A, B or BS, di ba? Akit bahay AB, tapos bag snatching yung BS, di ba? It's not the case anymore. They're expanding their schools, di ba? Diba? Cancel na tayo if you see that now eh.
Yeah, those were the days. Those were the days. Those were the days. Yung tipong pag may nag-champion, uy, saan kayo nag-celebrate? Nakasarado daw yung Jollibee sa malapit sa camp sa eskwelahan niyo. Doon kayo nag-celebrate, di ba? If we do those jokes this era, pare, parang nung 97 nag-champion FPU, parang, uy, halika namin, close daw yung Jollibee sa Moraita, parang gano'n. I mean, if we do those jokes now, pare, canceled na tayo niyan.
Sa Quiver after dark na lang yan. Off the record.
Correct,
Quiver only fans na lang yan.
Correct.
And you're right. It's tough with these schools expanding their programs. UST with their manpower resources. UST, sa akin, I always believe yung swim team nila, kung sino nakakapasok pag baha, yun yung nasa swim team nila. Automatic recruit yun.
Matik yun. Matik yun.
Nakapasok ka, yun. Diba? Nakapasok na.
Nakakapasok ka pag baha, varsity ka na.
Ayan. Tapos dahil baha, nag-mutate na yan, nagkaka-flippers na yan sa paa. Dahil nag-swimming sa baha. Nag-mutate na yan. Ay, sa water.
Evolution. Natural
nag-evolve na yan. So, let's see how the rest of the second sem sports play out. Hopefully, Sal can secure that second spot and see how we can move forward and challenging USC for the top GC spot again. Okay, guys. Before we go to the Asia Basket, discuss what's going on with the LaSalle men's team over there. First, I thank our podcast sponsors. First, of course, Blue Fire LPG for all your cafeteria, canteen, or office needs. Contact Blue Fire LPG on social media, and Savvy Skincare. To keep your fresh, rejuvenated skin, go to Savvy Skincare. Check it out on social media. And finally, Ibarra Manila will be soon happening, announcing next week. We're finally announcing the winner of our Ibarra Trofeo Green raffle for all our subscribers. So stay tuned for that. And if you want the Ibarra Trofeo White watch, check it out at the DLSAA office right now. Ganda yan, guys. Perfect for the Final Four coming up. And guys, now, looking towards, we know UAP men's basketball is months away, but the preseason tournaments are starting to kick in. We slightly touched on this last Sunday, about how the Asia Bat had their very cool home and away format, and look at the pros and cons if something the UAP can bring into their fold in the future. But that's look at the team, the LaSalle team. So I guess we're still undefeated. Big games against San Beda, Ateneo, still having an undefeated record, guys. Brian, Vic. I guess what looking at the games, the story really now is what is life after KQ, right? So what is life after KQ? And we've seen the lights of Kian Baclan, Jacob Cortez, Mason Amos finally step into the field. But Brian, before we go to them, Brian, I'll say Mike Phillips has really been making his stamp as the go-to guy as a King Archer for this coming season, averaging 30 points, dominating the boards. What can you make of Mike Phillips' performance so far in the Asia Bag, and what do you think this means come new AAP season?
I hope he can sustain it, and ito na yung kaya niyang gawin without Kevin. Obviously, he acknowledged last season and the seasons before that. As long as he has Kevin as a teammate, he wouldn't have to be that active on both sides of the court. Mostly, he did his work on defense. But now, if we can see how he's assertive on the offense as well, that bodes well for our team dynamics. Because the other guys are threats in the perimeter, but Mike Phillips is a threat anywhere. We can't say nasa loob lang eh. He can also produce some jump shots or some tres pa nga, di ba? I think there was a game last season na siya lang yung naka 3-point shot. So,
Yeah.
it's a good evolution of Mike Phillips as a player, and this is a good year for him to see how far his basketball career would flourish kasi ano na to eh.
He's the main guy.
Yeah, he's the main guy, and siya, he can deliver points, but at the same time, he's the leader eh. So, yung archetype niya as a professional player will definitely show up here in this season.
Slight correction, Bri. He's a threat from everywhere except the free throw line. So far. That goes to all for all LaSalle players.
Tapos magugulat kapag nag-PBA siya or somewhere else. Tapos biglang umayos yung shooting niya. Hindi ka sila sa jersey.
Diba? As long as LaSalle is green, we will have trouble with our free throws. I think that's a matter of fact. How about you, Vic? Your thoughts has Mike Phillips shown he is the main guy for LaSalle? Is he taking over the King Archer mantle from KQ?
Malaking factor that you have Jacob and Kian's creativity. Yun talaga siya. Those two can create they can create shots for themselves, but they can also create for their teammates. And Mike's activity really allows those two guys to really issue those assists. Yung mga mintis ni Jacob tsaka ni Kian, pag nagmimintis, andun si Michael para dumampot and to score and putbacks, alam mo yun, and second chance baskets. So yun talaga, yung stats niya right now is really a byproduct of those, yung creativity ni Jacob tsaka ni Kian. No disrespect kay Kevin, but I think mas complete threat si Jacob and si Kian. Parang three level sila eh. They can score from 3, they can score mid-range, they can finish with layups inside. Compared kay Kevin, Kevin always settles for the jump shot eh. Parang with his 3 years stint sa atin, parang I seldom see Kevin really take it strong to the basket. Unlike si Kian tsaka si Jacob na pag umatake sa loob, bangga kung bangga talaga eh. Contact kung contact. They are not afraid of the physical contact inside to finish layups. So because of that, yung threat ni Kian tsaka ni Jacob, it really gives Michael that opportunity really to step up. And kaya yung numbers niya sa yung Asia basket numbers niya really are yun na yung resulta nun.
Yeah. So Brian, one of the questions last year is we really didn't have a backcourt. Josh David as best he can't hold the fort. We were really waiting for Kian and Jacob to come into this year. We also lost Raven Cortez to the MBBL, right?
CJ.
Now we have Mason and CJ as well. Now we have Mason coming in. How do you like the look and chemistry of the team so far in this Asia basketing? It looks promising looking as we build up towards the UAAP.
I would like to highlight how they finish the games. Kasi dami yan. Ngayon pa lang nasusubukan na sila sa clutch situations. And even if sabihin natin dumaan sila sa practice na i-simulate na lang yan, mas magandang simulation yung nangyayari sa preseason tournaments because it's against teams that you're going to face one way or another. And makikita mo din how they react collectively. Medyo hindi nga malinis yung sa San Bede eh. Because I think we had 4 free throws down the stretch na sablay pareho ni Mike at saka ni Luis. But that's just una, tanggap na natin yung free throws. Pangalawa, that gives them opportunity to learn lessons kahit nanalo. Na I think maganda na they're getting minutes together against teams that they will face down the clutch. So they know what to expect, they know how to operate. And even if matalo tayo sa iba pang preseason games, as long as they develop that chemistry in those situations, that's valuable for me.
Right. Last question on this, Vic. One of the questions we would ask time again last season, are we too KQ centric? Now that he's gone, do you see a more, and it's hard because KQ, he's that good of a talent. He's a national team player. He's an Asian import now in the Korean League. But now do you see a more balanced LaSalle team so far in this Asia basket? And what do you think of it?
Ano lang siguro, mas marami na yung pwede mag-create. Yan lang siguro. I think the problem for us etong season 87 was there's not that much of a creativity as compared to what we're seeing now, na pwedeng si Jacob, pwedeng si Kian. And for example, si JC Macalalag has been playing well this preseason. So sana we missed him this season 87. Hopefully tuloy-tuloy yung performance niya. Even si Pab, I think nabanggit ko na sa inyo sa GC. Si Pabs, ang laking tulong ni Pabs, especially against dun sa game against Mapua. Lahat yata binantayan na ni Pabs. Binantayan niya yung dos, binantayan niya yung tres, binantayan niya yung bigs. Yung versatility ni Pablo on defense, it really helps us this year na meron tayong big that can play physical defensively, whether it be an opposing wing or an opposing big. Andyan si Pablo to play tough cover and gives us flexibility on both ends of the floor. Yun siya. So I think we're much more flexible now. We just have to be consistent pa rin and clean on those turnovers. So far, yun yung natin sa preseason. But then, yun yung reason bakit may preseason, to allow those mistakes to happen so that we won't commit pagdating ng UAAP.
Yeah. So let's see. We'll continue to monitor the Asia basket here, see how the team develops as we continue to prepare for the UAAP season. One thing, guys, I've noticed, on a lighter note, looking at our team, we've lost so many players not in the past few years, not to eligibility, not to grades, or not to foreign leagues, so we've lost them to fatherhood. Ibang players natin. Require ko vasectomy to sa mga players natin so they can stay at least a few more years for us. Kung may temporary vasectomy, yun yung recommend ko. Part of the recruitment. Sorry, kung if you want to enroll in LaSalle, yun yung prerequisite namin. Just to make sure you stay in the team. And a final note for the guys. Unfortunately, we won't be able to cover it on today's episode, but the LaSalle Green Hills Greenies are playing the do or die encounter.
Yeah, today.
So when you watch this episode, may outcome na, finals ba or hindi. We'll find out later.
We'll find out. So we'll tackle that during the weekend episode, but best of luck to the Greenies.
Hopefully you can pull up another Gian Gomez. You are fulfilling my dreams, pare.
Babalik na si Kinas, di ba?
Yeah, should be.
So hopefully that'll be enough to get us over the trend.
Tama, di ba? One game lang naman yung suspension niya, di ba?
Yes.
Alam ko, one game lang
siya matraffic na kagaya nila Aliado before.
Skyway yun. Naalala ko yun. Skyway.
Ito holiday naman eh. Holiday naman. So, safe na yan.
Walang ulan. Mainit.
Walang bagyo nun.
Walang ulan.
Nung dati bagyo yun, binasa Skyway si Dino at si Don.
Di ba? Bahasa Skyway. Tapos yung rumor pa nun, Vic, na sa Ateneo daw sila tumatakbo sa Katipunan. Tumatakbo sa Katipunan, di ba? Yun yung rumor nun eh.
Yeah.
But luckily, si Ritualo nagpaulan nun.
We have
Ren yung nagpaulan. Head coach to the Green Hills. So he would know. And the rest they say is history. So let's see if the Greenies can make history, make it back to the finals. So let's see. Best of luck to you guys.
Para makalaban si Lebron Daep. Yan.
Ayan.
Makalaban si Lebron Taib. Para makalaban.
Diba?
Para makalaban nila si Lebron. Malay nila. Oh, yun lang. Yun ang sabihin natin. Perfect. Makalaban sa finals. Makalaban nila sa finals si Lebron Taib. Yun lang.
All right. So thanks guys for listening. Remember to follow the Quiver on the social media. Check out our episode on YouTube and Spotify. Let us know your thoughts on our men's and women's volleyball teams on Asia Basket, and we'll discuss it on the show. So we'll see you again this weekend for our Monday episode. We'll cover the UP game, what happened in the Green Hills Final Four, and other happening around LaSalle sports. So I'm Kiko, Brian, Vic, and congrats to Gio. Condolences to Gio, however you look at it, for getting married last weekend. Yeah. Condolences to him.
It's over.
Diba?
It's over.
It's over.
Game over.
It's over. You have used up your eligibility.
Gio.
Yes, okay, yes. It's over.
Yes.
Diba? All right. So as we always say, guys,
Animo
Lasal.